photos of me in with lots of love hearts.
I've known Gaz for about 5 years. And he's a really good friend of mine, and firstly, I'd just like to raise a glass to the best men, because I just think the speeches are really, really good. Thanks for piling the pressure on me, nice one. Before I go on, I just want to say that I cannot stress enough how honoured I am to be here today. When Gaz told me that he was marrying Annie, I couldn't have thought of a happier couple to see share their lives together. And I genuinely mean it when I say, but if there were two people put on this earth to share the rest of their time on this planet together, it is Gareth Jones and Annie McCabe. So. However, when Gaz told me I was one of the best men, I wish I'd had a nappy on, because I very nearly hit cloth. You don't know what that means. If you must, there's a chap over there by the name of Bestmen. I'm sure you'll happily oblige. I also want to take the opportunity to plug his website. It's www.justgiving.co.uk/StensHead. So if anyone wants to chip in. I would remind you what it's for. I know it's a good cause, but I can't remember to be honest. No, seriously, I've been absolutely bricking it, and ironically, I've been constipated ever since. I'm doing a cartwheel over Annie, heading for the exit, and the kids are wondering where I've gone. Just tell them I've gone for more dessert, and I'll be back in 5 minutes. All jokes aside, I've known Gaz for about 5 years, and part of the reason why I've been so scared to be up here today is because, you know, unlike these guys, I haven't got stories to tell you about a tent setting on fire or any stories of a homosexual nature. Although it's great to know that Annie's just married a raving bender. But in that time, seriously, we've shared some really great moments, and you know, me and Gaz, we can just look at each other and we're just on a level after time. We repeat little gags that we've shared between each other, and everyone just thinks we're a bunch of tossers. They don't get it apart from me and him. But with the material that I've had for today, it's been difficult, because in the 5 years that we've known each other, if anything, Gaz's lifestyle has slowed down. A bit like his metabolism, really. This speech was actually supposed to commence before the meals, but in a way it's a good job that we've eaten first, because if we'd left it any later, I reckon the groom would have actually eaten the bride. Beauty of the feast, more like the beauty is the feast. Just imagine Gaz on the front cover like that with a giant knife and fork and Annie's foot coming out of it. Anyway, no, seriously, I've got these jumbled out. No, Gaz, I cannot speak more highly of him. We haven't known each other for the longest, but I regard him as a top mate, and he is the most genuine guy you will ever meet, and these two are just perfect for each other. Seriously, so I'm not going to raise another toast before you. No, but seriously, these guys, just anyone that knows them, they're just the most genuine people you can ever meet. I actually met Annie at the same time as Gaz, because we all used to work together, and I must admit, in the early days I didn't really, I didn't really, bloody hell, spit it out, Steve. I'm going to pause for a minute, because in a minute my top lip's going to I'm not rubbing lipstick off, by the way. I've got red wine all over my chops. Anyway, no, seriously, I've known Gaz and Annie equally for the same amount of time, and in the early days I didn't realise just how right they were for each other until one day on the way home, actually. I don't know if you recall this, Annie.
Oh, God.
We was on a packed train, and it was probably 1 or 2 stops before I was due to get off, and Annie decides to show me this trick, right, with her tonsils. So she's standing there, and
good.
she's putting an expression like this. Bear in mind, it's rush hour, right? Annie, what are you doing? Anyway, she literally wraps her tongue. I don't. Can you still do this?
Yeah.
As elegantly as she is.
Right.
Not now. Okay. Anyway, she proceeds to wrap her tongue around her tonsil and pulls out what I can only describe.
Oh, I can't believe we're doing this. You're meant to be rinsing him.
That's what Anyway, at the time I was intrigued, so my nose was right above it, and she made like a little movement like that. And
you know it.
ultimately, she squashed this little, what looked like a white peppercorn, and let's just say it weren't the most pleasant. Annie, don't look at me like that. You were dead proud of it at the time. Anyway,
me and you.
I looked over at Gaz, and he was giving it. That's my button. That is when I knew these two were meant to be together. Can I just say, Annie, you look stunning today. Gaz doesn't know this, but not a little
people know this.
A little while ago.
I was actually building up the courage to ask Annie's hand in marriage. Obviously, this little weasel got in their face. But in hindsight, I was never going to compete because honeymoon to Sri Lanka and all, you know. I couldn't compete with that kind of offering. Not that I'm saying it's all about money, but let's face it, if you haven't got money, you need a massive, huge, ginormous windmill at the bottom of the garden. Gaz has got both. So, to anyone that thinks he's punching above his weight, that in the pipe and smoke. No, they're gonna have a fantastic marriage, and I really, really sincerely hope I'm still a part of their lives to see it grow. Before I wrap this up, I do want to raise a toast to anyone that has contributed to such a fantastic day and has helped to make this event special.
Thank you.
So, to anyone that's just been running around looking busy. But before we rock this place out and have a fantastic time, I've got a present myself to actually give Gaz. I've got to get the white gloves out because this item's quite fragile. It's been defrosting for about 2 days as well.
Another frozen chicken.
Annie, that's not for this kind of event. Seriously, Gaz doesn't remember this. He was probably spooning Stuart at the time. Back in 1998, after a mental night out, Gareth woke up to find himself completely bald. And till this day, he's not quite sure where his hair went. Until now. They are the most fantastic couple, and this isn't on the speech, but I was in the ceremony earlier, and I seriously wanted to blubber like a big fat girl. That's got nothing to do with it. I had a lockjaw, and, you know, in the 5 years that I've known Gaz, I'm probably not the only one to agree on this, but those that aren't married have had 1 or 2 girlfriends along the way, and Annie and Gaz are just living proof, you know, that true love does exist. And as long as that exists, it gives me a lot of faith. In general. But no, seriously, just one last toast to Mr. and Mrs. Jones.